Callum Johnson stops Emil Markic in the second round. This was an interesting performance from Callum Johnson. The last time he fought was 2019 against Sean Monaghan in the United States. That was on an Eddie Hearn show, wasn't it? When he was still fighting on Hearn shows, yeah. No, actually, it wasn't an Eddie Hearn show. My bad. Okay, that was, it was, okay. Well, it was co-promoted by several people. Kathy Duva, Joe DeGuardia, Ivanov, Kathy Duva, Lou DiBella. Wow, there's loads of them involved in that, including Eddie Hearn. But I remember the Monaghan fight, did well there. In this fight against Markic, he came out very aggressively, as he often does, but quite reckless. And his trainer, Joe Gallagher, in the post-fight interview said that Callum Johnson wanted to prove something to the domestic scene and also prove something to Frank Warren because he's newly signed with Frank Warren. I'm not necessarily sure that was the best audition. Yes, he got rid of Markic quickly, but not before getting hurt himself. He was hurt quite badly. Was it in the first round or the second round? I forget now. I think it was the first round. It might be the second. Because I did see a replay of it where he's wailing away at Markic. He has him pinned up against the ropes and he walks into a right hand. His knee nearly touches the canvas, Callum Johnson, and he has to retreat after taking that shot. So it's impressive that he's able to get the guy out the ring as early as he did. You know, the guy had a pretty good record. I've never seen him before, but he seemed competent in there. All right. And so, you know, that seemed good to me, but the recklessness in which he went about his work was a little alarming. It was very similar to the Artur Beterbiev fight where he fought with that kind of recklessness. And yes, he dropped Beterbiev, but ultimately got stopped himself. So maybe that's just who Callum Johnson is. Maybe that's something you have to accept about him, that he's going to be reckless. But I don't know, it's like he could have done a better job in the sense that he could have made it easier on himself. Perhaps it would have taken longer. But, you know, when you got a guy up against the ropes and you're throwing these often quite wide shots, he's going to be able to catch you in those exchanges. You know, Costomato said a long time ago, the best shot to throw is the punch where you can hit him, but he can't hit you. That's the best punch to throw. And that's how he taught his fighters to fight. You know, a guy like Mike Tyson, yes, he would exchange with people, but he would very often try to catch you off guard or unaware or off balance. Where, again, following Costomato's teaching, he would try and hit you with a shot where he can hit you, but you can't hit him. Whereas Callum Johnson was putting himself in positions where he was well within reach of his opponent's punches. And he was cranking and throwing away. He basically just tried to overpower Markic in this fight. That's all it was. There wasn't really much boxing acumen there. It was just him moving forward, trying to pin the guy in the ropes, wailing away and taking him out. And ultimately it worked. In the second round, he pinned him on the ropes, hit him with some shots, and the referee waved it off. But yeah, I just feel like a guy who's fought at world level like he has, who, you know, even though he's had a stop-start career and hasn't had that many fights, he is kind of a veteran in the game now. I would at least hope to see a bit more refinement there in his performances. But like I say, maybe that's just the kind of fighter he is, and you're never going to get any more refinement. But I do remember seeing some of Callum Johnson's earlier fights where he was actually sticking a jab out there and he was showing some boxing ability. But he seems to have abandoned all that now in favor of just being an all-out slugger. And look, it's exciting. I'm not complaining from an entertainment perspective, but I just feel like maybe he's not doing his talent justice. You know, maybe he's selling himself short a little bit in terms of the way he fights the tactics he chooses to employ. But it is what it is. It was exciting while it lasted. Got Emil Markic out of there in 2 rounds. And now looks to fight, I believe, Joe Smith Jr. they're looking at, or somebody at world level. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Callum Johnson's performance here. Would this be enough to beat a Joe Smith Jr. who just came off a very tough fight himself? Let me know in the comments below.